Hello, everybody. Welcome back to Tavian's World of Reptiles. I hope you all are having a fantastic day. Today, we are hanging out with Zuko today. He is absolutely fantastic. He is freshly shed. He dropped this morning. And you're probably like, wait, what? Zuko was not in shed. What do you mean? Well, Zuko actually was in shed, and I did not realize it until the very last second, which was actually yesterday morning. So, before I start talking a little bit more about that, I really want to talk about that shedding process. For anybody here who has never heard of snake shedding, who doesn't know anything about it, I want to talk to you about what that is about. So, me and you as mammals, we grow with our skin. We grow with everything that we are born with, grows with us for the most part as we grow. And for the most part, on the inside, that is happening for a snake as well, but not everything on their outside grows with them the way it grows with us. So, while a snake is growing, it has to actually grow out of its skin. Its skin does not grow with the snake. So, what that looks like when it's happening, if you get yourself a snake and it's going to go into shed for the first time, these are things that you might want to look out for. So, some things that happen is often, more times than not, the underside of the belly of the snake, the belly of the snake, tends to get pinkish hue to it. Kind of looks like it's getting a little cloudy, but mostly a little pink. Another thing that happens is its eyes clouds over and it just starts looking really cloudy. It can get really gray blue, which is what is referred to as going into blue when it comes to snake shedding. So what's happening during this phase is the snake's old skin is lifting up away from the new skin, and there is liquid buildup between that old skin and the new skin, which is what is causing the gray look over the eyes, and oftentimes you'll see throughout the entire snake. Sorry about the rustling, iguanas over there moving around. So that's what it is when a snake is going to the blue. That is liquid between the old skin and the new skin that is ready to help remove the skin from the snake. So a snake's belly gets pink, its eyes go gray, and after that, for a few days, it'll stay like that. And then for a few days after this phase, the snake will look completely normal, like nothing ever happened, like it was never in blue, and you'll almost wonder if it actually even happened. If you've never seen this before, you might be a little confused when you come back in and suddenly your snake looks just fine. But don't worry, it is still in the shedding process. So a few days after it has come out of blue, the snake will then actually start to remove the skin and be done with it and have fresh skin and be all good. However, there are things that are necessary to help a snake get through that process. There are some snakes that are naturally in high humid environments, like my Brazilian rainbow boa tends to be in way humid environments at all times, so often does not require me to do much for her when it comes time for shed. Same with my Amazon tree boa. They have higher humidities regularly, so they don't necessarily need too much when it comes time for shed, though I will up it a little bit for them anyway, just because. Now, things like boas and pythons, however, they are in humid environments, but usually require just a little bit more to help them through that shedding process. Now, in the wild, they may find themselves closer to a water source or something like that, or find themselves soaking in water sources to help with that process. However, when you have them in captivity, you keep them at a pretty basic humid level that they would normally be in. But when it comes time for shed, you would want to up that a little bit to help them make that an easier process for them. So what happened with Zuko, however, was he went into blue sometime while I was away, and I did not see that phase. When I came back, of course I looked in on him and I checked on him, but he must have been just at that phase where he looks like nothing is wrong and everything is perfect. So yesterday morning, I went in to hang out with him and chill out with him and look him over, and I looked in his eyes and noticed that he had a dimple in his eye. Now I know that his eye itself was not dented. I know that this is skin on the top of his eye that is trying to come off. And I also know that he gave me a full shed last time, so definitely was not stuck shed from his last shed. So I realized with process of elimination that I must have missed his blue phase, and he was actively trying to get the shed off now. Now, being the kind of snake that he is, he doesn't stay in very humid environments, like at all. Not like some of my other boas. And the Madagascar boas, they just don't necessarily need as many. As high of humidity as other snakes might need, and so he didn't have super high humid levels, right? So when it comes time for shedding, he actually would have required me giving him a lot of nice misting, a nice spray down to really bring that humidity levels up. But because I was not here during that time, during the blue or even that little phase afterwards, it kind of got a little stuck there, and he was looking really uncomfortable. The skin on his eye had tried to come off, and it just wasn't because he just didn't have the humidity levels. So as soon as I saw that, I put him back in his enclosure. I sprayed it down, and by the time I woke up this morning, that shed was spread across his enclosure, and it just happened just that quickly. He was ready to drop it. He just needed the humidity levels brought up, and as soon as he had that, he was good to go. So, when we're hanging out with our snakes, we love to spend time with our snakes. It's why we have them. It's because we enjoy spending time with them. We enjoy holding them. But it's not always just holding them and observing them from a distance. It's really taking time to look your snake over anytime you take them out to check on their health. Because unlike you and me, they can't be like, hey, I'm not feeling good, something's wrong, please take care of me. We have to observe them to see if there might be something that is wrong with them. We have to listen to them and see if they have respiratory infections. We have to pay attention to their feeding habits and how that changed. We have to pay attention to their mannerisms. It's so important to really observe your snake and know your snake, not just have the snake to look at, not just enjoy holding it, but you really do need to take time to look over your snake regularly, because they cannot communicate to you the way that we can with each other with just words. Like he couldn't call me up while I was away and be like, hey, Pops, I'm going into blue. You should have somebody spray me down. Like, no, he couldn't do that for me. And because of that, I nearly missed that he was in shed, and it could have been a really bad stuck shed situation if I did not take time to observe my snakes regularly whenever I take them out, whenever I handle them. It's our job, they can't talk, and so we have to really take care to look them over, check them out health wise, because we are their lifeline. We are their source of everything: their food, medical attention, higher humidity, lower humidity, whatever it is they need. We provide that for them, and if we're not paying attention to their needs, they can end up in a really bad situation. So yeah, I just really wanted to do a video on just remembering to handle your snakes, but also observe your snakes, pay attention to your snakes, because something as simple as just missing their blue phase and them ending up with potential stuck shed could happen if you just don't take time sorry, to really just observe your snake, and not just have it, but really look it over. Check for mites regularly, even if you haven't brought in a new snake, even if you haven't interacted with a new snake recently. Just just check your snakes over, because anything can happen. Any type of environmental change can make your snake sick. You never know. Like anything that has been laying dormant could suddenly start to show up, and if you need to quarantine your snake right away, you need to do that, and you need to be able to see when that needs to happen right away, and not just like forestall it, and the next thing you know, you not only have that one sick snake, but you have several sick snakes. I have 16 snakes here. I'm not trying to have one snake take out all of my other snakes, because I failed to pay attention when that snake was displaying signs of not feeling well and not being up to health. So yeah, you guys, love your snakes, take care of yourselves, and take care of your snakes, and really take time to give them the attention and look them over, take care of their bodies, because they can't talk to you, and they can only show you so much. They can only do so much so that you know that something is wrong. Otherwise, it's up to you as a human with, centennial being thinking to really be able to put the two things together to process of elimination that shit and figure out what you need to do for your snake. So I'm glad that he was taken care of with just one day of quick action and getting that humidity levels up. He was able to get rid of that skin and shed it, and he looks great. And it was a full shed. It wasn't even in pieces like it could have been with having gone without the humidity being up to the very last minute. It could have been bad. So, anyway, you guys take care. TWR is out. Love yourselves, love your reptiles, love your family, and y'all keep spreading those herbs.